If you're wondering who the genius is picking these lists, it's me.
Hey there everyone, what is going on? As always, I'm Bobson, and today's Sunday, which means another tier list. This week's tier list, I'm doing Pixar movies. We got Zach, as always, helping us out. These Pixar movies there's, I think, 23 or 20 something Pixar movies. We used all of them. We were originally going to just use the originals, but even after sequels, there's not that many. I'm really excited for this. I went back and watched two I hadn't seen yet. Zach's here to be the expert on the rest because he's seen all of them. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you leave a like on the video. Comment down below if you think any of our picks are wrong or what you agree with. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week. And we'll begin. Okay, so as I said in the intro, we got Zach here. We're doing Pixar movies. As you can see, we have the S tier here this time. Zach and I have kind of agreed we're only going to put 5. We'll count that as like the top 5. And we're only going to put 5 in S tier. Because a lot of these are really good movies. There's some trash movies like Cars 2. But
Okay, whoa, you're giving away the whole...
Cars 2 is the first one.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Like Cars 2. But, and because we are filming just after midnight, it is officially Zach's birthday. So happy birthday, Zach.
Thank you, thank you.
So Zach and I will probably differ a little bit on this list. But
maybe a lot of it. We get pretty heated when we talk about movies and TV shows. So
for that, I'll include a picture of Zach's list at the very end. And we'll begin. So like I said from the beginning, Cars 2, trash tier movie. It's
this is the one where they go around the world, right?
Yeah, like spots.
Okay, yeah, garbage. Okay, D. D tier right away. That's by far their worst. By far their worst one.
In my opinion, this is one of the bottom tier Toy Story movies. We got Toy Story, or the first Toy Story.
I don't think it's bottom tier. I
say it's third.
I would put it second.
You put it, yeah, but you like 3 over 2, so you're also wrong.
I love 3. I think 3 was the perfect ending. I think we'll get into that later, but 3 was great for me. Most emotional.
But I'm still going to put Toy Story, the original, in A.
Okay.
Are you putting it in S?
No, I'm not. I'm putting it in A tier as well.
Yeah.
It's probably going to end up being top of A tier, but it is going A tier.
Okay, next. I haven't seen this one. I wasn't a big Nemo fan, but you got Finding Dory.
Yeah, so
I've seen it, so he can talk on it.
Yeah, I love Finding Nemo, but like I do think, as great as the movie is, it is overrated. The franchise in general is overrated. I've also seen Finding Nemo like a million times. Finding Dory, I had no interest in it when it came out. Everyone was hyping it up, so I was like, all right, I'll watch it. Not my favorite movie. I definitely don't think it's on any of the Toy Story movies level.
Yeah.
I'd probably put it around B tier.
Okay. I'm just going to agree with you there. And as I'm going to say right now, for me, the next 2 movies we can discuss together because the 2 of mine are Zach's favorite movies. Zach is a big fan of Toy Story 3, and my favorite Toy Story is Toy Story 2.
Yeah.
I'm going to say they're both in S tier.
For me, I'm only putting one Toy Story movie in S tier, and it's 3. So
I am putting them both. Toy Story 2 is by far the best Toy Story.
Yeah. Well, by far, Toy Story is by far the best series in Pixar.
Yes.
So, like, we could easily have done Toy Story 1, 2, and 3 in the
S tier.
In the S tier, but I wanted to keep it so that I could include some other movies. So I'm only putting 1 in there.
One of the best scenes in Toy Story 2 is when Woody gets fixed. He gets cleaned up. Everything's polished.
Honestly, the cotton, like the ears thing and the eye, always freaked me out when I was a kid.
Great movie. The whole Zurg storyline, mirroring Star Wars.
I always loved. I loved one. Like the first of all, the aliens are great, but yeah.
You saved my life. I'm eternally grateful.
hmm Two is great though. I love freaking Jesse and things. So
Yeah. Okay, so we are going to hop to Finding Nemo now. Um, Nemo's an incredible movie. I'm not a big fan of it, but I can't deny how good it is.
yeah, I think Finding Nemo is definitely top tier. I it's personally, it's not my most favorite of the, but I if it's me, based on like how as an actual movie how good it is, how many times I've seen it growing up, its rewatchability, I'm putting it in S tier.
Okay, well, I'm gonna put it in A tier because
Okay.
as great as it is, I know this is kind of like my wild card because this
Well,
might,
that's the thing. I might have to switch some out of S tier towards the end, just
yeah,
based on. But
this might end up in S tier. Next up is the next movie I'm putting in S tier. One of my all-time favorite movies.
the Incredibles was my second favorite Pixar movie growing up.
And The Incredibles is great. When we woke up one morning in high school and we found out they had added it to Netflix, and there were like seven of us teenage guys that just sat together and watched The Incredibles at like 1 in the afternoon, and we just loved every second of it. It's such a good movie. I
Oh
would
yeah,
watch it repeatedly now.
yeah. The Incredibles is amazing.
I'm
Um,
putting it in S tier, and
yeah,
unfortunately for you, I am putting it ahead of Toy Story 3.
that's fine. I know you're a big Toy Story 2 guy. The Incredibles, I love it personally. Is it the best movie out of all these in terms of movies? No, but just for how much I watched it growing up and everything, it's going in S tier,
Yeah,
which means I already have three movies in S tier, which
and
means
I think
I'm
you're gonna.
pressed.
I think
So,
I know one on this list is guaranteed an up tier for or S tier for you.
oh yeah, and which one's that one?
Up,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Well,
So,
there's three on here that I'm looking at right now that I'm
well, the next
that are like S tiers right now. So,
the next one
and
is
the next one is one of them.
Coco. Yeah, I haven't seen Coco. My dad's wife loves it. Her grandkids love it. It's apparently really good. I just haven't seen it.
Honestly. So I didn't really ever really want to watch it. I watched it relative like super recently because I was preparing for this list. Wanted to watch the ones I hadn't seen yet. I watched this one first. Blown away. Loved it. The way they represent dead and everything, like the death and everything. I thought it was amazing. And honestly, I'm putting it F tier.
Okay, I'm not going to put it in S tier. I respect it. I haven't seen it, but I can't use it as one of my S tiers. It's going in
Okay, that's fair.
A. Next up is another great movie that came out 17 years too late.
you
The
think it?
Incredibles 2.
You think it's that good? I really liked it. I just was kind of let down.
I don't think it's S tier at all.
No, no, no. I'm putting it. It's not. I don't even.
You
My
were,
A tier is currently Toy Story and Toy Story 2, and it's nowhere near as good as those movies.
did you go see it with us? Because it was me, Jesse, and Dom.
No, I haven't seen it with you guys.
Okay. We saw it in theaters.
Yeah, no, I didn't watch it with you guys.
And I just remember the first 15 minutes of that short story where she eats her kid that's a dumpling.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
That confused the fuck out of me.
So I'm already changing my list. I'm putting Finding Nemo back down to A. Because if I have to take one of those out, and I know there's two more on here that I want to put in there, so
Okay, well, I'm putting The Incredibles at the top of my B tier.
I put it B tier ahead of Finding Dory.
Yeah. Okay. Next up is Wall-E, and I never got the appeal to Wall-E. It was
Really?
never one of the movies I enjoyed. I've seen it 2 or 3 times, and I never really enjoyed myself.
So I watched a video where someone talked about it, and they talked how like Wally is like has like it's super high ups and it's super boring parts,
Yeah.
which I completely agree with. Like I think at the start of the movie when he's on his like going through the trash, he finds his flower. Like I think that part is great.
Mm-hmm.
This the when he gets to the ship, all the people kind of slows down a bit, and then I think by the end it's like amazing again. So I don't know. I love the message.
Well, I'm
It's
gonna go
it's
ahead.
super topical too. Like when you
That's-
think about like where society is right now, everyone's looking at their screens. All the fat people on the scooters are looking at their screens in the movie. So
Yeah, no, it's definitely topical. I just never had the appeal, so I'm putting it. This is gonna hurt a lot of people, but I'm putting it in C tier.
wow, I'm putting it in A tier.
I never got the appeal to it. I also see at least three more going in C tier for me.
This next one is probably going to be my first C tier movie.
Okay, I haven't seen it, so you talk
You
about
haven't seen Onward? I've watched it. Well, it's a relatively recent movie, but it was a cute story. Like basically, these two brothers go on a road trip,
it.
right?
It's Chris Pratt
With
and Tom Holland, right?
yeah, and their dad like passed away, and I'm not going to spoil it for anyone, but
Okay.
it's a
Well,
good movie.
it's good? Okay.
It's
Well,
good, but it's
so you
I'm
said it's
I'm
going
throwing it in
C?
C tier. Yeah.
I'll put it below Wally.
Like you could all like when I first watched it, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe it's just like because like I'm older now, Pixar movies aren't hitting me the same. And then I watched Coco, and I was like, this is a fucking great movie. So I was like, yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so this was the only movie that could possibly rival Toy Story 2 for me.
Okay, there we go. I when I said The Incredibles 2 was my second favorite movie growing up, this was my first favorite movie growing up.
Monsters Inc. is one of the best movies of all time.
But I've probably seen this movie 100 million times, and it's going straight into S tier for me.
Yeah, there's no argument. I'm going to put it below Toy Story 2.
Which is honestly what bumped Finding Nemo.
um, there's not enough good things in the world to say about Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
It's so the story, and the fact that they never made a sequel, I think, makes it even better.
Well, they made a prequel.
Yes, but not a sequel because I think the ending with Boo was great.
Yeah.
I think the ambiguity when he puts the door back together and it ends with just hitting the door opening and her going up, getting all happy. The whole scene in the snow, incredible.
Oh yeah. It going through the doors like to all the different. I thought like it was amazing. Randall was a cool character. Yeah. The whole flip at the end was great.
Incredible.
Great movie.
We're at 2319. I went as that for Halloween one year at university. Okay. So, I have a story about The Bug's Life.
Okay. If you're going to trash it, I'm going to be kind of cheats because I loved this movie growing up. But
first of all, it's not a good movie.
It's not a good movie?
No. Second of all,
okay.
The first time I saw it, we saw it in 4D at Disney, and you sit, and whenever the bugs come, hot air or cold air pressure tickles your legs like there's fucking bugs crawling up you. And I was like 4, and I ran out of the theater screaming.
Well, that's your fault for being a baby.
No.
Hopper did kind of scare the shit out of me when I was a kid, but he's supposed to.
I'm putting it in C, and
I really loved A Bug's Life, and it's going in B tier for me.
Yeah, no.
Ahead of Incredibles 2.
Oof. Fake news. Okay, and this is where I'm going to hurt a lot of people.
This is where me and you strongly disagree.
I am putting the first Cars movie in A tier. It is one of my all-time favorite Pixar movies. I don't know what it is about the movie. I just fucking loved it. And it was so good. I liked the whole story. I like Lightning as a character. I'm not a big Mater fan because that's not my type of humor.
Oh, he's so annoying, man.
And I don't like Larry the Cable Guy. But the whole story, it's just incredible. I'm putting it above Coco in A tier.
Wow. Well, you haven't seen Coco.
I haven't seen Coco.
Okay, well, for me, I think the first Cars is probably the most underrated Pixar movie there is.
Yes.
I'm going to put that out there. I'm going to agree with you on that. However, underrated in Pixar genre, all of these movies are incredible movies besides Cars 2.
Cars 2 is awful.
And like the Cars franchise in general. But
no.
Cars 1 is the exception to that. and I, in relative to the other movies, because this is a Pixar list, it's going in C.
Hurts my heart so.
But I do think it's very underrated. But I can't put it on the level of Toy Story and Finding Nemo.
I can put it on the level of the first
Incredibles too.
Okay. Next up is, I think, one of your favorite movies.
Yeah, probably one of my favorite movies of all time. A lot of people don't like Up from what I've heard. A lot of people, you either love it or you think it's like a dumb movie.
I'm not a big fan of it. I respect it. It has a great story. The first opening 10 minutes made me bawl my fucking eyes out.
Yeah.
And it's probably the saddest 10 minutes I've seen in a movie, probably my whole life.
Yeah, I think the thing with Up is that the end of the movie kind of kills the vibe that the first half of the movie is building up to. It's like the whole action scene with like, but like, I named my dog. We named our dog after characters in this. Not Doug because she's a girl, but
Ellie.
like there's so many. Like Doug is so funny, man. Like I love this movie.
I'm putting it ahead of Finding Dory, but in B tier.
I'm having trouble organizing my S tier, but those are my top 5 so far.
Okay.
I'll organize it later.
Next up, and I'll just do it real quick. Cars 3 is in D tier.
Yeah.
It's ahead of Cars 2 though.
Yeah.
Fuck Cars 2. You know what?
Cars 2 is so bad, dude. I saw that. I saw Cars 2 at
I'll go below. One second.
I'm pretty sure I saw
Cars
that thing. I had a drive-in.
I added a row, and it's just called Cars 2. And it is below D tier.
It's that bad. It is bad.
Yes. I don't care if you add it or not. Okay. I don't even want to talk about Cars 2. Or Cars 3. They're both made me very sad. Okay, next up's A Good Dinosaur, which we were talking about before we started recording. It's a very kids movie.
Yeah.
And a lot of Pixar movies are kids movies, but they're still tailored to adults. Adults can enjoy them. You don't get that with The Good Dinosaur.
Yeah. The Good Dinosaur, I knew everything that was going to happen. I was quite bored throughout the whole movie. I paused it very frequently watching it on Disney Plus because I hadn't seen it until recently, but I was very bored, didn't enjoy it, was texting you the whole time and you're like, I heard it's great. And I was like, ugh, it's okay. Anyways, I'm putting it top of D tier.
I can put it ahead of Cars 3. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Okay. This is one of the ones I said I was going to watch beforehand, and I just never got around to it between building my PC and rewatching Modern Family.
Yeah.
Monsters University. I heard it's not as good as Monsters, Inc.
No, it's not. It's not. But here's the thing. A lot of people really don't like Monsters University. I think it was a lot like we waited too long for a prequel to Monsters, Inc. And we're just kind of like, but I really love this movie.
I've never seen it, so it's going wherever you put it, unless that's S tier.
I'm putting it in B tier.
B tier? Okay, yeah. I will put it ahead of Finding Dory. Because I would much rather watch Monsters University than Finding Dory, and I haven't seen either. Okay, I'm going to talk about this one because I just watched it. This is we got Inside Out. I watched this 3 days ago, and it was very interesting. The concept's really good. I appreciate the concept. I found it very boring, I found it hard to get through. Before I went into it, Zach told me there's no antagonist like most of these.
Yeah, that's what I think is a super cool premise of the movie, is that there's no antagonist. I think all the characters are really cool too, but I think the movie's an hour and a half long and it felt 3 hours.
Yeah, no, that's 100% accurate.
And the whole Bing Bong thing felt so forced. I was like, yo, I really don't care. Bing Bong's he's the one character in the whole thing I did not like.
I watched,
and they tried to force the emotional ending with him. I was like, wrong character to do that with.
Yeah, but I watched top 10 most emotional animated movie deaths, and Bing Bong was one of them.
Yeah,
I'm
and
like, I was not invested.
like you when you're watching a Pixar movie, you know the emotional moments coming. You know they're gonna try and make you cry.
Yeah.
And like with movies like Coco, you see it coming, but it feels right. It feels like it should happen. With movies like Inside Out, where it's Bing Bong, I'm like, this is so forced. Like, I don't know.
So I'm gonna put Inside Out at the top of my C tier.
Yeah, so am I. That's exactly where I was gonna put it.
Okay. I remember getting a text from you when I sent you the list of Pixar movies.
Yeah,
And this is a
I'm gonna get
Pixar
heat for
movie,
this one, but I
so go
hate
ahead.
this movie.
We got Brave, which I also thought was a Disney movie because
Yeah, I thought it was Disney.
she's a
Yeah.
Disney princess.
Technically, Disney owns Pixar, but
Yeah, because she's considered a princess.
mhm.
Meredith is kind of an annoying character.
I didn't like the movie at all. I'm just gonna let you explain it, but I didn't. It's going at the bottom of my C tier.
Bottom of C.
Hmm.
Really? I thought you
Yeah.
were gonna put a D.
No,
Um, yeah,
I don't
just
think it was that bad.
the whole concept. The only reason I give this movie credit is because I'm a big believer, and I was gonna ask you about this at the end, but we can talk about it now. I'm a big believer in the Pixar theory that
Yeah.
all these
Well,
movies are connected, and the fact that Brave ties it all together.
well.
So
Here's my thing with the Pixar movie theory. If cars are alive and the toys are alive, why did in Toy Story 4, why did the toys have to hotwire the car to screw it over? Couldn't they just talk to the car and be like, yo,
have you got to watch the timeline?
eh.
It's a timeline. Um, we're not getting into that because I could talk about it for hours. But
I've seen like a video on it, but
yeah, oh, wrong mouse. I'm gonna put Brave ahead of Bug's Life, but in my C tier. Okay, I watched this one. I was finishing this one 24 hours ago. Right now, um, if you go on my Twitter, I live tweeted watching this whole movie, and I also sent Zach a lot of texts. Bonnie is the most disrespectful character in any Pixar movie. The way she treated Woody, uncalled for. Woody
what do
is
you mean? She just didn't want to play with him. Sat
play
him in
with
the closet.
play with Woody.
Woody's Woody is like Woody causes so much shit.
He's so,
I love him, but like
um,
every time I watch a Toy Story movie, I'm like, Woody, like more than half your decisions are the wrong decision.
so I I knew in my heart what was gonna happen.
Yeah, it was mad obvious.
But when Woody and that said goodbye to the gang, I cried.
I didn't.
And I was very hurt watching that. Because as I told Zach, Toy Story was my childhood. Like, I watched Toy Story 2 on repeat, nonstop. When Toy Story 3 came out, I saw it opening night. My dad called me a pussy for crying in the theater when it ended.
I mean, who didn't cry at Toy Story 3? You
Right?
thought it was over. Like, you thought the whole series was over too. The
Which
ending was
they
so
should
emotional.
they should have ended in. But
Yeah, they should have. Toy Story 4 was that's my biggest beef with the movie is that it was predictable because that was the only way they were able to top it is through that
yeah,
ending and the fact that it was just unnecessary. Like I didn't need it.
I also did
I
not
thought
like
Forky was cool though,
or
and
Forky.
I thought all the new characters where they added were great.
Oh, I love Key and Peele.
Yeah.
What was it called with the baseball? Oh, when they'd roll the baseball out. Oh, I don't.
Yeah, with the laser eyes thing.
That's so funny.
They were
Um,
great characters.
and I loved Keanu as Duke Kaboom.
Yeah, Duke Kaboom was funny.
Yeah,
Best
I'm
crasher in the world.
I'm gonna put it right beside Toy Story 1, because I have decided to move Finding Nemo to my S tier.
Wow. I bumped it down and you bumped it up, eh?
I just don't see anything. Well, I'm gonna be honest. I was gonna put Cars in S tier.
Do it. If you want it there, do it.
No, I had a deep emotional talk with myself while we were recording this, and I said I couldn't do it. And next up is a very interesting movie, and it's our last one. Ratatouille. I feel like
Yeah.
with Ratatouille, you either loved it or you hated it.
I see. I thought everyone says that, but I really like it. I don't love it. It's definitely not top five, but I'll tell you one thing: it's top 10, and it's going at the bottom of my A tier.
Really?
Mainly, and it's probably the 10th one on here. Mainly because I really want to be small. Like, does not like sleeping in matchboxes,
Yeah.
controlling them with your with his hair. I just it would be great.
I put it in B tier, below The Incredibles 2.
That's fair. I really like it. I just think it's
Okay, so I just want to make sure. So, is your list accurate? Like, or have you placed
um
everything properly?
I'm gonna reorganize it quickly.
Um,
Oh,
you know what? No, Nemo's going down. Back to A.
there's so my S tier is struggling. I'm struggling with my S tier
I put Toy Story 1
because
in.
like I really loved Coco, but the rest of these were like my childhood.
I put Toy Story 1 in S tier instead of Nemo.
I didn't want to see. I could put all three of them, the
Yeah,
first three in there, but I'm not going
I
to
have to.
because I told myself I wouldn't.
I have to.
But they're both at the bottom, at the top of A.
No, I can't. I gotta. This
But
is my
like,
list. I am
like
done.
Finding Nemo being eighth on this list just doesn't seem right.
Oh, it's six for me.
But I'm gonna leave it like this.
Okay. No, so this is our Pixar list. I'm sure we're going to get a lot of flack for it,
Oh, for
especially
sure.
me for putting Wally in C tier.
And Cars in A tier.
Well, they can all suck it for that one. Cars 2, if anyone comes in my comments and says Cars 2 deserves anything other than below D tier,
That was the worst.
please,
Honestly, not even just like maybe one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
please hit unsubscribe and do not ever come back to
Oh,
my channel.
you need all the help you can
No,
get here, buddy.
not if you think Cars 2 is a great movie. And that's coming from a Cars fan. Um, but no, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoy. If so, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week. We haven't decided the tier list video next week. Zach's giving me some ideas. I'll
I
look
pretty
through
much come up with all the tier list ideas, guys. So
facts. Well, you're in most of them too. So
yeah.
okay.
So if you're wondering who the genius is picking these lists, it's me.
So I will see you next week.